Okay guys, this is what I have for you today. I'm going to do a video on how to bring back factory plastic pieces, the hard factory plastic pieces that you will have on your car if you have a modern car. I'll also do a little bit of the chrome, that fake chrome that they put on there. I'll show you how to clean that up. But we're just going to be doing trim and clean up on all that stuff. What I use, how to get it back to look into a factory finish. You know, this piece has been on there for like 20 years, and you can see it's got all kinds of scratches. What I did, I got, overspray on it, everything conceivable here. Polish. Now, the reason it might be important for some of you guys to want to redo some of this stuff is this little piece right here. I've looked everywhere for it. It's hard to find. And the only place I could find it, it was just for this little piece, not the screws included, just the plastic itself. I think it was $55 for this. And you need 4 of them for the car. 2 for each side, and they're all $55. And the screws, these little screws that are in here that you could pick up at the hardware store, $9 a piece. So it might be advantageous to us to go ahead and try to clean this stuff up and get any of the overspray off and everything, get them real clean. And I use standard 191% alcohol, and we do a little bit of scrubbing. And you see some gray scotch right here, 3,000, 5,000, all that stuff. We're going to go through that process of getting these all reconditioned. Now this one, this piece under here has some damage over here on this side. I don't know if y'all can see it. It's discolored. I guess something got on it and discolored it, and you see that, you can see that, yeah, see how it's all just rough. So we're gonna have to work a little bit more in that area right there and get that cleaned up. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do in this video, how to restore your hard plastic parts. Okay guys, so the first step is we're gonna take our rubbing alcohol here, 91, and we're gonna clean these parts thoroughly. And I just take a soft towel, and I like these blue shop towels. You can get them anywhere, and you just want to go ahead and clean your plastic, scrub in all the corners and get it all clean, get it degreased. It'll help remove some dirt. You do not want dirt. Any dirt you see, you got to get rid of, because you're just going to end up polishing it into the plastic and creating scratches. Any dirt you got up in these little areas, get in there and get it out. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wipe these down with the 91. You can get the idea. This dirt here, you're going to get that off. Get it clean, clean, clean. Okay guys, now I got done cleaning the parts with the isopropyl alcohol, 91%. It's straight. And I went ahead and used the old blue shop towels, not a soft towel. Now, if that's all you have access to, guys, which is fine, you can get them cleaned up. They look a lot better than they did. A lot, right here on these parts. I mean, that's good. You can put it back on the car, you're good. Now, I don't know if y'all can tell, I've got a little bit of overspray in here. And what I'm going to do to get rid of that, so I'm going to use this product right here. I'm going to use it on all of them. It's a orange oil product. It's like a gel. It's kind of thick. So you just put it on there and wait, and then wipe it all down. So let me do that, and then I'll show you all the end result on doing that. Okay guys, so I went ahead and wiped this down with the goof off adhesion gunk remover. It's just orange oil in here in a gel. And you can see the difference here. I got the other pillar I haven't done yet, but it'll remove a lot of the oxidation on it. I only did that one time, real quick and easy. Most people would call it, they'd be like, that's it, I'm done, I'm gonna put it back on the car. And then, you know, it gets rid of that oxidation, that shininess, that, you know, a little bit of it. Now I have another product I'll show y'all that will do. I'll compare these. It's Back to Black by Mothers. I think it's by Mothers. Anyway, it's Back to Black. I got some in the in my truck, but it's not here right now. So I'll go ahead and do that on these, and I'll show you the difference between on the hard plastics. Now, that still doesn't solve some of our problem. You see there's scratches in here. There's little scratches and burrs, and there's a little bit of a texture on it, you know, and all that. And right down here, there's some actual sanding scratches that happened. But I'm going to take you through another process that I do, and we'll try to get most of that out of there. It won't get rid of the deep scratches. It'll get rid of some of these surface scratches. Like right here, that deep scratch is probably too deep. So, but some of the surface scratches, with these real minor ones, it might take them out. But it'll also polish the material up to hide those. But you gotta understand, this is 20-year-old stuff, man, on the car. But that's with the orange oil. It gives you a nice, it gets rid of some of the oxidation, and it really is more pronounced than y'all can probably tell. But it gets rid of some of the oxidation. You know, it's kind of dull, and it'll help it punch up. But if that was the point where you wanted to stop, you know, you wouldn't be wrong. It'll look great. But anyway, I'll cut you back on when I get to the other step. Okay guys, so the last step that I did was I went ahead and used this Back to Black. I put it on a blue towel, and then I just really polish it into the plastic, and I just keep polishing it until it, you know, starts to haze up, and then I wipe it off. Now, on a factory trim, I don't know if y'all can see, but factory trim pieces, it does a great job. This is just a 3-stage. We cleaned it with the 91, really good. We took some of this goof off adhesive gunk remover gel, wiped it down with that, got all of the stuff off of that, wiped that off, and then we went ahead and went with the Back to Black. Now, this stage is just, no, the second stage is just, if you have any overspray or any little stuff on it, you let that soak on there for like 2-3 minutes. You wipe it on 2-3 minutes, and then usually you can wipe off most of the little overspray that you have on there. It's no big deal. But that's the quality that you'll get with the Back to Black after you do the 3 stages. That's really, you know, if your trim's in good condition like this wasn't in too bad of a condition, you'll end up getting that. But you'll ask me, okay, so what do I do if my trim's older, more oxidized? See, there's my fingerprints in it because I still have some of this Back to Black on there. But if your trim's more oxidized like the Horizon trim is here, you know, it's a little more oxidized. The Back to Black, probably with 2, maybe 3 applications and cleaning in between, would probably bring that back up to where it was satisfactory. But this is the quickest way you can just bring your factory trim back and do it. But you know, if you have any problems where you're going to have to take it more extensively, you're probably wondering what the results are going to be like. Now, I did this one for the car. I think y'all can see. That's where I'm going to take it. Now, this is a different process than just a 3-stage. if my trim was in good condition, super excellent condition, I would probably just do the 3-stage, wipe it down, do all that stuff. That trim piece wasn't too bad. I could have reused it in that condition, but I'm gonna end up having to take it to that stage because there's the other two on the other side and this one were pretty gouged up. So we want to take it up, and I want all the pieces to be pretty good. And since I'm gonna have to fix this area over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and take them all to the next. Now, how do you get there? Well, what I do is I take some 2000 grit wet dry sandpaper and I sand down the entire plastic piece to get get all of the scratches and stuff out of it. You got to be really careful and keep it really wet. This is plastic. It's not metal, so you could burn through pretty quick, but that's the difference. So you'll hit it with 2000, and then we're gonna go to these papers here, guys. I've used them. You gotta understand, this is plastic, and it's like a dark art. You know, you obviously can't take every piece to like this. You don't want them all like that unless you absolutely have to. But if you have an old piece of plastic, the trim is older, it's oxidized, it's really bad. You can probably go through these steps and then bring it back to something that's in that condition. And these are so high and hard to find. They're like $55 a piece for that little piece of plastic, and for 20 minutes for the whole, to do it, to take that 20 minutes to do them, and I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna spend $55 when I can make it look like that. So on the older plastic pieces like this back piece, I can get it. It's not too much, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna fix what I got. But this 3-stage process, if you have good trim, your car's not too old, or you've taken care of it, it's good trim pieces, yeah, just do these 3 stages. Don't go, because this takes way more work. So you take it down with the 2000 wet dry. Now, if you have some places that are, you want to do it quicker, you could take your gray Scotch-Brite, scuff it up with that, hit it with the 2000, and then what you're going to do is you're going to move over to your P3000, your buffing stages. You'll hit it with this, get all the 2000 mark scratches out, wipe it down in between. So you can see, once you get the 2000s out, you'll move to the P5000. Now, they make a P8000 Trizac 3M, but we're not using Trizac. I went to AutoZone and got these Finish One high performance sanding pads here. These are they're not really the same thing as like a 3000 wet dry paper would be. They polish way different than a 3000. A 3000 will leave haze because of the nature of it, but these are the fabric. So that fabric there is what gives you that abrasion. So I recommend these over, when you move on into your stages, I recommend these over just getting some 3000 grit or 5000 or 10,000 grit you can get on eBay. I recommend these, but they make a Trizac 8000 paper that if you take it and put it on plastic like this, you take and go 5000, 3000, 5000, and you run up to 8000, it'll make your plastic look almost like that. So it'll polish it like that. It's shine free. So I don't have any because they're quite expensive, and I'm trying to do this as economically as possible. Those pads, just the Trizac pads, are $65 for like 15 of them. So if you're not in the business of doing this every day, it's probably best just to go to AutoZone and spend $6.99 and get you a single pad. And I will tell you that this pad right here, this 3000 pad here, I used it on that entire car, and I'm still using it on the plastic. I haven't wore it out. Now, if you do get to the point where you're going from one thing to the next, you can take these, put them in a bucket of water, and then just squeeze them out, get all the debris out of them, and they're almost enough. You clean them enough that you can use them on other projects. But anyway, you'll take it 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and you'll have a light haze, and you can see some scratches in there. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get the wool pad out, and you're going to get you some super buffing compound, and then buff it. And then if you want, you can run some kind of machine polish on it, but it's not going to matter because the buffer is going to make it look like that. And that's just with a little wool pad. And what I like to do is mount it back on the car usually and hit it with the wool, and it'll buff it back up. We used to do that at the body shop when we'd have trim that got damaged or was messed up. You know, we would leave it on the car and just go through that process and then just buff it on the car. You know, but you have to be careful. Run it low speed on wool, and you really, at 5,000, you're going to need like 2 passes, and it'll look like this. It's not one of those, you got to sit there and press on it and put pressure on it and keep buffing it. I mean, literally 2 passes, it'll shine right up. It's plastic. You know, it's not going to be a long process. I did this one 2 passes. I actually hated getting out the buffer just for that, you know, for 2 passes. But anyway, like I said, if you want to get that result, you can sand it, you know, scuff it up 800, then go to 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, and then just use a wool pad and some super buffing compound or rubbing compound. I keep calling it super buffing compound. It's rubbing compound. I use another one that 3M makes. It's called super buffing compound. Or if you're just like, I don't want to deal with buffing compounds, you can get a hard foam pad, and see where it says cut and then finish. You can get, this is that laser I was telling you about. It's the 2-in-1. You can use a hard foam pad and then buff out plastic, and then just a soft pad and polish it, and that's a single product. But that's all I got, guys. Like I said, if you want a nice good looking factory trim that comes out like that, that's 2 coats of the back to black. I always do it twice. I wipe it down, and then I'll go ahead and wipe it and let it sit for a minute, wipe it down, get it dry, and then I'll go ahead and apply again. I do 2 coats. It removes some of the oxidation, makes it look, you know, nice dull factory trim piece. Now if you want that result, I told you how to do that. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. This is going to be the video, and I want to thank everybody, and I want everybody to have a good Thanksgiving. And I appreciate all my followers and all the new people who've come in and been following the videos and asking questions. Please comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon so you can be notified when I come out with new content. And like always, guys, God bless and have a good Thanksgiving holiday.